speaking of things that make us all happy, why don't we get started talking about some Musica Viva NY things? We've got a kind of a two-part experience for you this evening. Alejandro is going to lead the way. He's going to take us by the hand and talk through the plans that we have for our upcoming season. It is, as you can imagine, there are a few curveballs that we've been thrown in the past couple of months, and we've really come up with some really exciting ideas that I think you're really going to enjoy hearing about. So Alejandro is going to talk us through that. We've got a couple of videos to share as highlights of what's to come, and also reminders of some great performances from the past in Musica Viva NY's not so distant past. We've got a couple special guests that you'll hear from later on to talk about what the choir means from them. Danielle is going to stop by. So we've got a really nice experience for you here. So if we're all set and we're all comfy, Alejandro, take it away.
Well, good evening, friends. It's so wonderful to have you with us for this special virtual summer reception. I'd like to tell you about our upcoming 2020-2021 season, which we've been planning for many months. When I'm thinking about putting together a season for concerts for Musica Viva NY, I think about a number of factors that will hopefully result in an inspiring, organic, and cohesive musical experience. Ultimately, my goal is to achieve an arc from beginning to end of each concert, and also for the entire season. Obviously, this spring, all the planning was profoundly changed and challenged by the current health crisis. So, of course, our number one priority is safety, both for the performers and for you, our audience. One of the key issues was the lack of certainty. When would New York start opening up? When would All Souls be open? When would it be safe to congregate? As the weeks went by, we realized that in the face of all this uncertainty, we need to plan for at least our 2 concerts at the beginning of the season to go virtual. These are the concerts in October and November. In doing that, we were committed to keeping the scheduled dates and times, and also the essence of what we had originally planned. Today, I'm delighted to tell you that details of our virtual concerts in October and November are up on our website, so please check it out, along with the 2 concerts in February and May. We haven't made any changes to the latter 2 yet because we still don't know how the spring is going to look like, but we will make changes if we have to. So this season will look like this. On Sunday, October 4 at 5 p.m., the Aeolus Quartet, our good friends, will present a program featuring string quartet works by Florence Price, Ben Johnston, and Ludwig van Beethoven. As you probably know, this is the big anniversary of Beethoven, 250 years since his birth this year. These works will be complemented by soul-soothing renditions of chorales by J.S. Bach. We'd like to play one of these chorales for you right now. After the chorale, I will tell you a little bit more about the rest of the season. Enjoy. You can't go wrong with Bach, right? Continuing with my description of the season, on Sunday, November the 15th at 5 p.m., we will present a program titled Bachmaninoff. The program will consist of songs for voice and piano by Sergei Rachmaninoff, performed by Musica Viva NY soloist, and yours truly at the piano. These will be interspersed with movements from the beautiful cello suite by J.S. Bach, the 4th cello suite, that is. And at the cello, we have Alan Richardson from the Aeolus String Quartet, who you just saw in this video. The evening will conclude with a performance by the entire Musica Viva NY choir of Pogordice Devo, which is the best known movement of Rachmaninoff's all-night vigil. On Sunday, February the 28th at 5 p.m., we will present a program of female composers titled Female Voices and the Arc of Life. This concert will also feature our own organist and assistant director, Trent Johnson. Finally, on Sunday, May 16 at 5 p.m., we will offer a program titled Misericordia with music by Samuel Barber, Benjamin Britten, and James Macmillan. The program is inspired by the idea that caring for others should be a main concern of humankind. Talking about caring, one of the things that I love about our organization is its caring soul. We don't only care deeply about the music that we're making, but we also care about each other. This spirit of empathy has an undeniable effect in our music making. We continue to be extremely grateful for your support, especially during these challenging times. Music now more than ever can inspire us to overcome obstacles, to be kind to each other, and to connect with our spirit. We're so fortunate to be able to keep the music alive with your support. After the video you're about to see, Danielle will talk to us about a campaign that we've started. It's called Viva la Música. So we will see you in a bit. Enjoy.
Wow, it's such a cool piece. Hi, everybody. Danielle Buonaiuto here, the Executive Director of Musica Viva NY. I want to start just by reiterating some of what Alejandro has said tonight. We're just so thrilled to be able to launch a season that we know that you will enjoy. And because our fall concerts are virtual, we're actually hoping this is a great opportunity to grow our audience with listeners who will join us in person later. As you all know, these are very challenging times for performing arts organizations. And for us, it's no different, but with your support, we are indeed moving forward. So thank you. I just want to say thank you so much to our patrons, you, our patrons and supporters, our subscribers as well. You have sustained this organization, and you will bring us through to the next side, to the other side of the pandemic. And this is why we've launched the Viva la Musica campaign that Alejandro has mentioned. We're going to raise $100,000 to ensure the success of this and next season. We hope that you will renew your support of Musica Viva NY in the coming weeks as you are able. As a part of that campaign, we've invited choir members, board members, and even audience members to make brief videos about what Musica Viva NY means to them. Some of you may have seen our last e-blast last week, Mary S. Bjornsson's beautiful video, where she so eloquently spoke about her experiences and relationship to our organization. We have many more of these videos to share in the weeks and months ahead. And if you haven't already considered it, please do consider making a video of your own and sharing it with us so that we can share it with everybody, and also sharing it with your own network on social media. And speaking of sharing, please do invite your friends to attend our virtual concerts this fall. This is our opportunity to share our music with as many people as we can. Please feel free to forward the email about the season that's coming out tomorrow. Lastly, I want to thank and recognize our hardworking board members who have really stepped up in the last few months, my incredible colleagues on staff, and also our dedicated singers and instrumentalists who do everything to bring our mission to life. And I'd like to introduce one of those singers now. Many of you know Andrew Troup, who is a long-standing and beloved member of our choir. He's here tonight to talk a little about his time and relationship to Musica Viva NY. And I will pass it over to Andrew now.
Great. Thanks so much, Danielle. Hi, everyone. So this is Andrew Troup, one of the singers, as Danielle said, from Musica Viva. And I wanted to speak tonight a little bit about my connection with Musica Viva. And I thought actually I would just go back to where it all started. So believe it or not, my first introduction to Musica Viva was actually back when I was 18 years old in undergraduate school. Now, I won't mention how long ago that was, although there may be some clues along the way in just a moment. I did my undergraduate studies in music, classical vocal performance, at CW Post, which is part of Long Island University. And it was there that I actually first met Walter Klaus, our original founder and conductor of Musica Viva. And early in my time of working under the baton of Wally at CW Post, I decided one evening to make the journey into All Souls and see this famed Musica Viva choir that he kept talking about. And I was immediately taken by the group. The inspirational sound, the musicality, the connection, and of course, the extraordinarily warm greeting I received at All Souls as well. Now, fast forwarding, a few months after my college graduation, I was working full-time in New York City, including, unfortunately, on the day of the terrible 9/11 attacks, a day I know none of us will ever forget. And in the weeks following 9/11, like many others, I was actually looking for some spiritual direction, some support, some guidance, and I was actually comforted to see that Musica Viva and All Souls were offering a remembrance service and concert. So I attended that concert in November of 2001, as I'm sure many of you did as well. And again, I was tremendously moved and comforted by the space and the music, especially at such a difficult time. But I was also re-energized through my connection to Wally and to Barbara Fusco-Spera, who we all know and love, and who I also met and worked with at CW Post. And at the time, I spoke to Wally right after that concert about an open tenor position he had within the group. I ultimately auditioned and joined right in the middle of that 2001 and 2002 season. 19 years later, I can say that Musica Viva and All Souls has become a true home for me. There really are no words to express how grateful I am for the opportunity to continue to make beautiful music with this group and hopefully provide that same level of inspiration and comfort to others that come to hear us perform. Now, in regards to this season, once again, Alejandro has selected some absolutely incredible works that I'm looking forward to performing. Starting with the Rachmaninoff Vespers. Now, they are stunning pieces, a few of which I've had the pleasure to perform in isolation, and each with its own unique perspective and beauty. In particular, though, that sixth movement, the one that we're going to be performing, which translates to Hail, O Virgin Mother, or Ave Maria, really speaks very personally to me. Musica Viva, I think, as all of us know, this incredible choir family is more than just music and more than just a choir. It truly is a family. And it's a family that I'll say has supported me through one of the most difficult times in my life this year, when my mother unfortunately passed away earlier in January. Now, my mother, who was born and raised a Catholic, as was I should say, had a profound spiritual connection and love for Mary. And so this piece is one that I have to say specifically has brought me comfort during this time of mourning, but it also makes me feel like my mother's with us when we sing it, which I know she is. Now, on a slightly lighter note, it is extraordinary women, like my mother, who provided me with the guidance, support, love, and inspiration that's helped shape both my personal journey and my musical career. And that's one of the many reasons I'm looking forward to our February program that's dedicated to and celebrates amazingly talented female composers. Definitely a program that is not to be missed. And finally, look at that concert coming up in May. Feels like it was tailor-made to speak to the journey that I, and I think many of us, have personally been having during this difficult year. There is nothing as hauntingly beautiful and moving as Barbara's Adagio for strings. And to have that paired with Britten's cantata and Macmillan's 7 last words from the cross, it truly drives home that spirit of love, caring, and comfort. I could not be more thrilled about this upcoming season from both a musical and spiritual perspective. And I cannot thank Alejandro, Danielle, Bryan, and Musica Viva enough for this wonderful opportunity. Viva la música.
Thank you so much, Andrew, for that beautiful and really heartfelt reflection on your time with Musica Viva NY and on our upcoming season. You mentioned the Barbara Adagio for strings leading off the May concert in 2021, and if all goes well, the leader of the viola section, our mighty viola section, they're usually small in number, but they are very strong and brave, will be Caitlin Lynch. A lot of you know Caitlin from the viola chair in the Aeolus Quartet. And speaking of relationships that were formed before Musica Viva NY that expanded the Musica Viva NY family, Aeolus is an example of that. Alejandro, you'll have to correct me if I'm wrong later, but I believe that you knew them before they were before you were all in New York together, and you brought them in and helped them be our quartet in residence. So Danielle mentioned these testimonial videos, these personal tributes and reflections on what Musica Viva means to us as musicians and administrators. And Caitlin was very gracious to send in a video a week ago that we thought we'd share with you now.
Hi everyone, my name is Caitlin Lynch and I'm violist in the Aeolus Quartet. It's literally impossible for me to choose just one thing that's my favorite about our collaboration with Musica Viva New York, so I'm gonna go with 2. The first are the vocalists. It's impossible not to mention their incredible artistry and what a gift and privilege it is to share the stage with them. The second is Alejandro's programming. I can think of literally 2 times in my adult life that I have been on stage performing and moved to tears by what I'm hearing around me. And both of those instances were in programs curated by Alejandro. This guy, he's not only one of the nicest humans on the planet and an incredible, incredible musician, but he has this really powerful way of connecting every fiber of every piece on every program, so that by the time you get to the end of the concert, you feel like you've been on this epic, emotional journey with the audience. It never ceases to amaze me, and I'm always excited to hear what he comes up with next. Viva la música!
Alejandro, what do you think about the season? What are your thoughts? Your final thoughts?
Well, I like to say that I'm very proud of what we're doing, considering the circumstances, and I'm very grateful for, as Danielle said, for what the board has done, the staff, and also the support that we've been getting from all of you. It's not easy to make a transition like this. It takes a lot of recalibrating. It takes a lot of communication. It takes a lot of patience, because you get frustrated by all the plans that you cannot realize. You plan, and then you realize that, well, everything is closed, and then you have to modify. But we've never given up. We believe in this organization. I owe it to my predecessor to make sure that this organization does well for the next 40 years. That's really one of the things that inspires me to go on. It's a very unique organization, a very unique choir, and please keep in mind that the choir is only part of the organization, but it's the engine of our music making. And I've said it many times before my first encounter with the choir, I had many experiences as a conductor of fully professional groups, of fully amateur groups, and combination of the two, and I've never experienced a symbiosis, that's the word, or a connection between members as I experienced it with this group. So what you're supporting, it's a very unique chemistry. It's not just that we are good at making music. We are, but there is much more to it. It's really what's coming from the hearts of all these people individually and what they're able to make happen collectively. It's very unique and it's very rare. And the fact that we're able to compete with other organizations in the Big Apple, right, where everything happens, where most of the greatest artists in the world live and operate, and that we have been doing so well for 40 years and plus, it's inspiring. So again, thank you for your support. I hope we keep on making music for many years to come. I cannot wait to be able to do it live and in person. But we'll wait until that time comes, and it's okay to wait, because we do have wonderful brains operating, trying to come up with ideas to keep you inspired and keep you engaged. So thank you very much.